Already ready to challenge the Killhouse Stealth, Heavy Bags, Unskilled, and 50 minutes. So we could just interrogate everyone, which is generally a good thing since that means that we won't have to, use the drill, which would take an awful lot of time, but aside from that, aside from the lack thereof of, unintimidating and no interrogation, it's 50 minutes, which means that, it's Killhouse, so it doesn't really matter all that much because there's... Hi there. Because it's really not all that likely that we're going to, please keep walking. You over there, put your hands up. Now, I've got a bag with me right now. And it is heavy bags, which is certainly quite frustrating, but we should do, decently fine for the most part, so... For some reason, we have decided to interrogate a guard that does not actually have the keycard, which is completely unnecessary, but... We're just gonna bag him up. We'll leave everything over here, and we should be, decently safe for the most part for now, which... I suppose is a good thing, but... What we still need to do is, I guess we could do that. See where you're gonna go, and then afterwards subsequently decide what we're gonna do, which... Ideally you go over here so that we could... Have you put your hands up. And then we can knock out everyone over here, which... Relatively simple, but presumably Cyber's gonna grab themselves a disguise by just going through here, but for now we're just gonna go through here. And see what it is later on. I mean, there's heavy bags, which is a major inconvenience, but... All in all, it's just Unskilled. Mainly because with Unskilled, we... would ideally have a lot more abilities that would just make things a lot easier than it otherwise would be, but... This is perfectly fine, it doesn't really matter all that much, it's just a bit of an inconvenience. So as you don't notice anything, we're just gonna loop the cameras behind your back. Behind everyone's back. Probably should have cleared this room because this, frankly, it's... I find it highly unlikely that any guard's gonna flank that because of, just a lack of doors in that room, but... We could always go in here, we can loop everything, and then we could just see what happens, which... I suppose is what we're gonna do, but... For now, we're just gonna have you not be very concerned about what's going on over here. Presumably want to walk away, which... I guess is gonna happen just eventually. And then there's this last camera over here, which we probably want to take care of, but... Can't really take care of because of, your presence over there, which is most definitely not appreciated, but... We'll loop this camera, and we should essentially be clear to just wait for the guards to go somewhere nice, and then, subsequently take all of them out, which... is what we're gonna do right now. Put your hands up, and put your hands up. Now, I don't think any of these should have the keycard, so we're just gonna knock all of them out. And, if they do actually have the keycard, that's gonna be a bit awkward, because that's gonna be, rather inconvenient, so... Hopefully that's not the case, but... We're just gonna go through here. We'll just join whatever's going on over here, and hopefully we are gonna find a guy with a keycard, which will be rather important, but... As we just go through here, we're gonna... Sure. So I'll grab that. I'll interrogate him. Cyber's gonna get the presumably last guard, and then afterwards we're just gonna, knock him out, because there's... not really much else to do, and presumably... Well, I guess that sorts things out. We're just gonna open a vault over here, and things should go, decently fine. So we really only interrogated 2 guards, one because we didn't really do that for any reason, and the other one because it's actually necessary, but... We're gonna go through here. Heavy bags are gonna be a mild hindrance, but... It's not really all that problematic. If you're unskilled, it really just compounds how we don't have any sprint at all, but... That's perfectly fine, we'll just go in here, we'll get out of here, and that's the daily challenge in just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 20 seconds, but regardless, cheers everyone, have a great time.